So I'm sure everyone's excited for the Moog GrandMother that was announced recently. It's a 2-voice, monophonic, semi-modular synth made to mesh with the Mother32 and Drummer from Another Mother, or DFAM for short. It's got quite a few utilities that you would expect to find in a modular that fill in the gaps of the previous synths in the Mother range. But then it's also got a couple of extra interesting features on top, such as spring reverb and a built-in arpeggiator. I bring up the arpeggiator because I've seen a few people talk about or mention it as being an exciting new feature, but while it is a great addition, I just wanted to point out that you can pretty much turn the sequencer on the Mother32 into an arpeggiator with the use of any keyboard capable of MIDI out. So I've got a microKORG here to demonstrate this. I'm pretty sure it has no CV control whatsoever, just a MIDI output which I've got going to the MIDI input on the Mother32. Just ignore these other modules, they're not being used. I just have a cable running straight from the Mother32's built-in VCA to the interface. Or if your Mother32 is not mounted in a modular, you can simply use the regular audio output built into the case that it comes with. Now the way the Mother32 sequencer works is that any note you play on your MIDI keyboard while the sequence is running, it'll shift that entire sequence by the difference in semitones between the original frequency recorded into the sequencer and the key you just played on the keyboard. So this is the key to creating arpeggios. So if we want some basic octave bass, we can record whichever note and then record that same note but 1 octave higher. I'm just going to put a rest after each note, which halves the tempo or the gate length that you've set on your Mother32, but you don't have to do that if you've already set it to like a slower tempo. I should mention I've got this oscillator tuned to C as well. So let's change things up a little. I'm going to record the octave bass again with my first note and still a rest afterwards, but then instead of adding a note the next octave up followed by another rest, I'm just going to repeat the second note twice. So there's still 4 notes like last time, but now there's only 1 rest. So this should sound a little familiar. So yeah, with this in mind, you can record whatever you want and play it this way. So you could have a proper arpeggio where it slides up or down an octave instead of just immediately jumping like that. The only real downside to doing it this way is that you have to physically start and stop the sequence. Otherwise it'll just keep playing out forever, although you could do some tricky gating or enveloping so that it's only audible while you're holding a key on the keyboard. I'm in no way trying to make the GrandMother look redundant. In fact, for the price point, it'll be super handy for like any Eurorack system, even if you don't own any of the synths in the Mother range. I'm just pointing out that, you know, arpeggiation is still possible without it. Anyway, thanks for watching, I hope this helped.